little babies.
God, you're gonna be so fucking fired up. You're gonna be so goddamn chirpy this week.
I know.
You fucking gassed me up this week, Ray. You fucking jerk. You're just such a jerk. You're just such a nincompoop jerk, little dillweed. Such a fucking dillweed.
I like that word. Thank you.
Welcome. You can use that later.
Thank you.
Using the text chain on me, though, I'm gonna be gassed up again. Speaking of gassed up, what do you say we start the show? Get it? Somebody's sports show. We do New England sports, latest and greatest. A couple laughs in between. We're gonna do some opening takes to start the show, as we always do. Allow me to start. I'm getting a little bit fucking tired of the goddamn negativity surrounding this town and their sports. Now, it's always been negative, but this comes from a different place. This doesn't come from a lovable loser, downtrodden, just losing deep down in the bottom of your gut, seeping out of your pores, like the late 90s Red Sox, or for you old hats, the 70s Red Sox, or the 80s Patriots. No, this is coming from a place of entitlement because of the last 20 years of people not paying attention to teams because they're not in contention for championships, or not or taking for granted 10 wins from a football team in a 17-game season and thinking that it's just fucking bullshit and they suck now, or a Celtics team that is not good enough because they've been to 5 conference finals. I'm just getting real fucking tired of the entitlement of these goddamn sissy New England sports fans. There needs to be a little bit more homerism back in this program. It can't come from me, Raymond. I am the most negative, angry person that you know. It has to come from you. You've always been the stupid, lovable, chunky homer, and right now your stupid, entitled, negative attitude is really pissing me off. It's really gassing me up. Raymond, your opening take.
Thank you there, Richard.
Please follow the email.
Yes, I'm a homer, and I think that the Patriots are going to the AFC Championship game this year. They're going to be the AFC Super Bowl representative. The Celtics will be raising banner 18. Somehow the Red Sox, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to make the playoffs, even though they're 3 games out now after losing to the Nationals, and they're going to sweep the Yankees, and they're just going to have a tremendous 10-game road series. Bruins, they just look like a dumpster fire, but nay, they're going to be a 1 seed again because they have a great coach behind the bench, and they have great goaltenders out there because they're paying $10 million for 2 fucking goals.
Pathetic. It was pathetic. So contrived. Put on a hat for me one time, Ray. Put on a goddamn hat for me one time and contribute to this goddamn podcast. Don't just throw out your contrived little fucking monologue there because I asked you to be a homer. Ugh, so gassed up right now. Bobby, please follow the email.
Absolutely. So, by all accounts today, the Patriots came back and
God
had
damn it, Bobby,
as a dominant performance against the Packers. I don't know if you heard this, but it was dominant. So, in true homer fashion, I am all in on the Patriots.
Thank you.
Until I heard Tom Curran's report on it, which he said they were like a mediocre. They got back to 0. They were a mediocre team trying to be good, which is what they are. And that is fine, Richard. That's fine, because I don't expect them to be great anymore. I don't. That is what they are. They are going to be a competitive team, and I'm okay to be here and sit there and watch it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bobby. Ray, can you pick up Bobby's opening take just so we can have a little bit of cohesiveness? Maybe wear one hat for me right now.
The Homer Simpson one?
And I actually did go through, I probably spent about 15 minutes about how to have a Homer Simpson take. I watched some Simpsons on my phone, and it would just, for me to get there, for me to enjoy the take, I couldn't get there in a way that I would enjoy it.
Would have felt contrived.
Yeah.
See?
I really thought about doing was singing the Mr. Plow song.
Mr. Plow, that's my name. My name again is Mr. Plow.
Or wait, my baloney has a first name. It's Homer. My baloney has a second name. It's Homer.
There we go. Good job, Ray. Brought it all the way back around. Now, Ray, are you enjoying a cocktail tonight? You seem a little sleepy. Did you do a couple gummies?
Nope.
And is this another sleep shirt?
No, this
is golf over? Are you still playing golf?
Yeah, but it's on Wednesdays, remember? I shot a very nice round.
See, we need to get you on Wednesdays. You're much more enjoyable, more feisty on a Wednesday.
You were being so mean to me all day.
Oh, no. You've been so mean.
Yeah. I send you one thing and you get very upset and then you
So
call
fucking
me
got
and
so
narcissistic. Oh, you fucking
I did not say narcissistic. I called you a bigot.
Oh, bigot. That was it. Bigot.
It's not my fault you don't know the difference between the two words.
All right.
They're very different.
Speaking of bigotry, let's talk about the rundown. The training camp diary coming out of Patriots training camp up there in Green Bay. Up there in Green Bay, up there, yeah. We're going to be talking about what the latest going on in training camp for the Patriots and Tom Curran's reports of mediocrity. We can get into that. Although the latest I read from him was better than mediocrity. He was pretty high on them. Everyone's been pretty high on them after today. Good day from camp. Top 5. I've been looking to do this, finding the time to do this. Top 5 position groups. This is our top 5 segment, and we're going to do the top 5 position groups of the Patriots and sequentially the bottom 5, which will definitely be more fun. Where will Mac Jones land there, Ray? We shall find out. Krecji retires, another Bruin legend. This is hockey, Bobby. Just keep up. Switch over to basketball at one point. Porzingus Porked. We got a Porzingus update out of Latvia. It doesn't sound good. Simple Minds Save Sports. Now, this one, Ray, is for you.
Hell yes.
We're going to talk about the transgender movement in sports, and we're going to save sports with it. Ray, you're excited for that, right?
Yep.
And Simple Minds of the Week, of course. Please don't let me forget about the Oscar-winning Simple Minds of the Week that I forgot to put in this email, if you remember what that is. Football story. Happened to have a left tackle involved.
Oh, yes. Michael. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want you to be blindsided by it.
God, there you go. Well done. Well done, Raymond. Welcome to Simple Minds Sports Show, Friday Rewind, August 18th. Welcome to the show. If you're watching on YouTube, great. If you're listening on your favorite podcast venue, whether it be iTunes platform, iTunes, iHeartRadio, we're the number one New England sports radio show. Wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, rate, subscribe, review, tell your friends, and always tell your mothers. And tell them about Shanky Golf. It almost feels dirty not talking about this without your clown cum shirt or your Chitty's hat or... are you wearing like boxes or anything, Ray? Or have you switched over your wife beaters to Shanky Golf?
Oh my God!
Wow, he is. That that was unexpected, but as cool as the other side of the pillow.
I'm not wearing any undies.
No hesitation.
You have certainly done that in such a cool, calm manner before. There was no hitch in your game.
Yeah. Yeah, the bottom half of you is so much better than the top. Once you get past the fupa,
the middle is the worst. The middle is untenable. When he turned and I saw the middle, I hated it.
Yeah, it made me feel sad. So what makes that better is when you're wearing some of the Shanky Golf gear. It really tightens you up. It really makes you look great.
I know this is very, very loose.
Yeah, the DKOG is just, it's already getting to his head. You can see
he is the DK.
He is the DK. If you're not the DK and you want to be, go to shankitgolf.com, get 15% off all of your orders with the promo code Simple Minds. That's shankitgolf.com for some of the hottest golf gear. The season is still going strong, so go check that out. Let's get into some training camp diaries from the Patriots up there in Green Bay. Week 3 training camp. Winding down here. It'll be over before we know it. Regular season is just around the corner. But before we get there, let's touch on some of the key points over the last week since last spoke. The biggest one before we get to today's practice with the Packers, Patriots go out there and get themselves a backup running back. The splash we've all been waiting for all off season. Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott is a New England Patriot. Originally reported from Schefter up to $6 million in the deal, which is still true, but I sent you guys that report today. He signed for fucking nothing. I think it was like a 1.5, the $1 million signing bonus was accurate, but his base pay is like 1.5. He's got
as long as he doesn't get hurt before the season, I think he gets that. If he doesn't get it, then he gets the $1 million.
Oh,
Yeah.
you might be right. Either way, there's like
Yeah.
$2 million of guaranteed money in this thing, and then the rest of it is
Incentive based,
snap
big time
incentive based, snap bonuses, percentage of play. So him getting to $6 million this is a very classic Patriots contract, Bobby.
Oh yeah.
If you want to touch on the contract, feel free. But I think more importantly, this goes to my opening take. The negativity surrounding this fucking signing. I get it. It's a backup running back, but let me tell you something. Zeke Elliott's going to be good for you. Zeke Elliott's a good player for the New England Patriots in the position that they're at. He's not probably the number one thing they need. Certainly, I understand that. But the dude's 28. He's a former top running back in the league. He's got a little bit left. He fills a hole. He fills a need for what they need, and they got him for dirt cheap. What the fuck's wrong with that?
Yeah, I agree. I don't quite fully understand what the utter like disdain for this is. Like they're not doing it. I mean, the Patriots are the Patriots are going to use Zeke up and throw him in the garbage. Basically, watch Zeke. Zeke is going to do every hard yard. He's going to if there's a first down run to be had, it's going to be Zeke. Zeke's going to get run into the ground in the first half, and then Ramondre is going to come in the third and fourth quarter as this big back that's going to be fresh to run through the defense. That's what their plan was to do with Damian Harris. He just got hurt. And Zeke can fill a role. He's a good player. And then if now theoretically they'll have three backs probably on game day. If Ty Montgomery could ever get his ass on the field, it'll be him. Otherwise, it'll be Pierre Strong. We've just probably seen the end of Kevin Harris, and that's fine.
Maybe not. I bet you Kevin Harris sticks around the practice squad. He'll see a couple snaps. Pierre Strong's hurt. Ty Montgomery will be hurt. JJ Taylor is not going to see this field. So yeah, he's there for a load. And I agree with you. You know, a lot is being made of Zeke Elliott in that short yardage role. Ramondre Stevenson, for as big as he is, did not do very well in that role last year. So you're going to see him.
He's really a big like third down back is really what he is.
Or just a third down back in general. We know he can catch out of the backfield. We know that he's Raymond great in protection, which is something that you've been very big on in this text chain, which just kind of made me laugh. Just fucking nerding out. And who they get now? What's he? What? Hold on. What's his pass protection like? What's his pass protection like?
It is great. He's one of the best pass protecting running backs in the NFL. So
go on, get some stats to back that up, there, Doctor.
I do. I believe he finished in the top 10 in the last 3 years in pass protection as running back. So he's very good at it. Obviously, the right side is a weak point for us right now. Again, with Bobby's point, the short down situations. He was on the goal line in training camp today, running it in a few times in the red zone today. So he is going to be that back when he gets into the red zone. It's going to be Zeke time.
The only thing he does cock block is Ramondre Stevenson's fantasy value. Consider it blocked.
That's important. No, you're going to see a lot of Zeke Elliott. The Patriots have run a two-back system since, I don't know. You want to go back? Kevin Falk and whoever else they put in there.
I think Corey Dillon. I think Corey Dillon was the last featured back that they had. That was
he was really exclusive. The only.
Maybe Maroney. Like they didn't really have a running game in 2007, but since then, I mean, Shane Vereen, Ridley, James White, and they had the Woodhead role. So they for
the 18th Super Bowl, it kind of just was Sony Michel. But I think that was.
And he retired already. Rest in peace.
Yeah. I don't know if that was by plan. It just happened.
You're just going to see, I think Elliott and Stevenson have some similar crossover skill sets. You're just going to see them both play a lot.
I don't know who said it in the text exchange. I don't know if it was you or Bill, but basically Ramondre died at the end of last year. Like they run heavy, and you could tell he was gassed. So this will be
he had 279 touches last year between pass catches and runs.
Yeah, they just ran him into the ground.
Yeah, it's just not the modern day running back just doesn't do that anymore. So,
and the best part too, before you go any further, is Zeke's going on that 1 year deal, so it's another prove-it deal that he's trying to get for the next year. So you will see a lot of him trying his ass off to try to get that next deal because if he looks like he fails, he's done. So he's pretty much playing for his next contract.
And the Patriots don't love him, and they're going to treat him as such.
Yeah, it's a classic Patriots move. They generally get production out of these guys. He'll get hurt like week 11 or something. Then you'll see,
or they'll sit him up so he doesn't get that money with the 60%.
You got to be a Zeke guy, right? Didn't Zeke get in trouble for grabbing some tatas in New Orleans or Dallas?
Who hasn't grabbed some tatas?
Yeah, then he ran to Cabo like it was his problems were gonna go away.
Yeah, he was like drunk just fucking idle handling, grabbing some tatas around.
New Orleans is like my adult Disney World.
Zeke's
It's just a time of your life.
Zeke's your guy, right? Zeke's your guy. Here's I don't know whose guy this is. Mike Gesicki went down early in the week, Monday maybe, with a shoulder injury after catching the ball. It initially sounded like it was real bad. I heard 6 to 8 weeks initially, and then they came back with he'll be ready for week 1. This guy does not strike me as a tough it out, tough as nails type of dude. He's been hurt in the past, but he's also incredibly important to what is going to be certainly an extremely thin offense, but a mediocre offense. I'll admit that with the MAC captaincy on my chest. They're going to be reliant on throwing the ball within 10 to 12 yards, and that means 2 tight end sets. That's the Billy O'Brien special. Right now, they currently have 2 tight ends on the roster that can do that or do anything, and Mike Gesicki going down would be massive. Either one of them going down would be massive in the bad way.
What was it? It was like a minor separated shoulder or dislocated shoulder or something like that. What was the final diagnosis?
It was completely separated. He basically just separated his shoulder, but it came out and then it went back in with no ligament damage, was my understanding.
Well, they did call it minor, but that was what people were like, how do you have a minor separation? Like,
I don't understand that either. That's why
I think it's if there's no ligament damage, like there's no actual damage.
They call that the Troy photo. It just pops it out, you fucking pop it right back in.
Troy, bro.
He
handled it fine.
Yeah.
Why can't Gesicki? Hold on, Gesicki.
Yeah, you fucking pussy. Troy Photo, as a 17-year-old, got an ambulance driver to turn around back to the gym so he could finish up the fourth quarter after popping his shoulder back in. Okay,
exactly.
So, suck it up, Gesicki.
Yeah, that guy had greyhounds. He was obviously a sissy, and he handled it.
Yeah, pussy. That being said, with the offensive roster being so thin, specifically at the skilled positions, but really everywhere, the offensive line, I asked Dear Diary, why did Bill spend those first 3 picks on defense when he desperately needed offensive tackle help, tight end help, wide receiver help, all of which were available with high profile targets in that range? The lack of, and I say this to you, the lack of depth on this offense will be more fatal than the lack of weapons. If everyone stays healthy all year, they'll be a top 10 offense statistically. Whatever that means for wins and losses, I don't know. But they'll be fine. They'll be okay. If one of their tight end goes down, or a tackle goes down, or Juju Smith
Brown
goes
looks like
down,
shit.
They're fucked. They got nobody to step up. Wide receiver less so, because they're so mediocre across the board. But if your tackles go down and your tight ends go down, you're screwed.
What will be the biggest blemish for Bill Belichick right now? If one of their tackles goes down and you traded out of that 14th pick and Broderick Jones was right there on your lap and he looks like a fucking Pro Bowl type player or a legit 10-year career guy in the NFL with the Steelers, yeah, that's going to be a big blemish on Belichick's resume right now.
What if Christian Gonzalez?
I can't. If Christian Gonzalez is good, you can't. As long as the player you get's good.
That's your top 3 positions in the NFL right now. It's quarterback, cornerback, and left tackle, right? So I don't know. If Christian Gonzalez goes out to stud, then that's tough. But they had the other Jones kid in the second round right there, and then they had a couple tight ends around that same area. They absolutely could have got. And Deion White. That's not Deion. It's Keon, thank you. Keon White is having a monster training camp as a rookie.
Yes.
But he's a fucking depth piece. They have 3 guys between Dietrich Wise, Lawrence Guy. They have guys that can play there. It wasn't a need.
If we're talking the first 3 picks,
go ahead, Bobby.
My beef is with Mapu. Now, again, he's the next best fucking thing according to camp. But okay, obviously you take Christian Gonzalez, that's fine. I can live with a defensive end in the second round based off of their track record of second round picks anyway. At least it appears he can play. But to take a third round small school guy from Sacramento State as a developmental linebacker, I think that's where they could have drafted a receiver or a tight end for depth.
Raymond.
No, yeah, the whole way they went on defense the whole time when you don't have a star wide receiver, when Jackson, what is his name? Jackson
Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, I didn't want to try to. No, yeah, I was very careful on that. But yeah, he was there. You could have got him from Ohio State. I mean, there's so many talented people out. This was a loaded college draft right now, so I don't know why they didn't go out and get the needs they needed, like a tight end or a wide receiver offensive tackle. Defense was already locked up. They already had the pieces they needed on defense. We saw it last year.
Here's all I'll say to this, and this is a developing opinion of mine, and I'll play the devil's advocate because I think they should have taken an offensive tackle at least. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
For the same reason I'm about to say. But with the recent draft picks, including last year and the year before, including Mapu, which I disagree with you on that, Bobby. They needed speed in that part of the field. I like that pick better than the other two picks. Christian Gonzalez, obviously the talent. But regardless, if there's any semblance of a future for this team, it's in the young core of defense that's been developed through high draft picks from Bill Belichick. And if you're going to develop a team and we're going to shit on Belichick for all of his missed draft picks, Tyquan Thornton looking to be the latest offensive bust, then fucking A, like go spend your high round on talented guys in those early rounds and give yourself a core, something to build around. And I think you can really start to see that on defense. And yeah, they only lost one guy, but they weren't terribly young. Their linebacking core is still kind of shit. And you have to wait and see what Mapu's role is. If it's another nickel Adrian Phillips, then yeah, it's probably a waste because he's not filling that 3-down role that they really need in the middle of the field. But if he can develop into that guy, if you can develop into your Mike linebacker that holds that middle of the field down, then I think that's a slam dunk. But Jabril Peppers, Adrian Phillips, Jalen Mills, all those guys are approaching 30 on the other side of it. Judon will be gone in a couple of years, so
2 years after that contract.
They've got a young core. They've got a young core in defense. So that's all I can say. And now if they could spend like the next 2 years doing that same thing on offense, then you got a fucking good team with good young players in a 5-year span. But you just have.
But the only problem is Mac Jones is going to buy back in. He's going to be his free first year rookie contract.
Fucking choice. He's here with the Patriots for 2 years minimally. Probably 3 if they franchise him. 4 if they franchise him again. He's got 4 more years.
They have 4 more years of control.
Fuck you, Mac. You're not going anywhere. You're not fucking going.
He must be so pissed.
He's not
ready for Bill to retire.
Well, I don't know. Is he? Reports were they after a good whomping of the Packers today at training camp. They ended with a red zone session and Mac Jones threw the ball away. We're not quite sure if it was a throwaway or an incomplete or whatever, but Bill Belichick essentially ripped into him, the entire offense, but Mac individually. And then afterwards asked about it. Mac Jones has been chippy and zippy, and year one Mac Jones doing the fucking, what's the dance? What's the dance?
Gritty.
Right? The gritty. I almost called it the guppy.
Gritty.
We should bring the guppy into it. So Mac Jones is he's riding high right now at camp, and many people today 2 weeks, what was it, 2 weeks ago or last week, they said this was the best 2 days in a row they've seen Mac Jones at practice. And now today almost every beat reporter down there said this is the best practice Mac Jones has ever had. It's looking like those practices he had with the Giants a couple years ago when he stole Cam Newton's job.
That was hard.
You know where I stand on this Mac Jones things. I just give him a pass on last year. I think he's an okay quarterback and can be, as long as you give him an opportunity.
One thing that I saw that was probably for me the best news about Mac was that one of the writers for Patriots.com indicated that he had noticeably more zip on his throws. That like they could tell that he was able to make out and sideline throws better from their observations. So I thought that for me, it's all about the physical. It's just about the physical tools. If he can improve physically, he can get better. Because I think he's a smart guy. I think he wants it more than anybody, just as much as anybody wants it, and he'll put in the work. It's just whether or not he's got the baseline to be a pro athlete.
Which is good because beginning of the training camp, there was reports that he didn't go see Juju because of conflict of schedules and all that. They didn't have a rapport. He didn't go with Devontae Parker or anything like that. And Devontae Parker is another bright spot right now in camp too. He's like actually looking like he deserves that extension that he got.
That was part of the smear campaign that I've been telling you about for a year, Raymond.
I'm just trying to be positive.
Oh, that's an interesting positive take. Lastly, on the notes here from training camp, on a more of a sour note, well, just to add in offensively, Real quick, everybody, all the beat reporters say, look, the offensive line has been not great, but they should be okay if their starters can come back healthy. Cole Strange is close. Owinu seems closer than people think, but may miss maybe the first couple of weeks of the season.
I thought Cole Strange was supposed to be out for like into the regular season with that injury that he had, but now they're saying like, oh yeah, he should be back by the next preseason game.
I just read he's supposed to be back, and everyone's saying Trent Brown looks fucking awesome. So,
yeah, but he wants that money.
He
What are they calling it?
money.
Hold-ins now? They don't hold out, they hold in.
It's nothing
They
like a
have to
nice,
play.
polite hold in.
he's not holding in anymore. He's in pads and out there fucking trucking people. So
No, because he can't hold out because of the new
what were you
CBA
saying
or
about
whatever.
Owinu? I was actually going to ask. I mean, I thought before this whole started, it was like a foregone conclusion he'd be there for game one. But what had you heard?
everyone was speculating that it was a hold-in contract situation like Judon. They can't hold out anymore, Ray, because they used to be able to hold out and then recoup that money if they inevitably signed. The new CBA,
now
if they hold out, they don't get that
yes.
money. So now they just come to camp and fake an injury, which everyone thought that. So maybe we'll see something down the line for Trent Brown, or maybe they're keeping it secret, or who knows. You got to imagine there's some money involved with Trent Brown. I don't care. Pay him if that's what it takes to get him playing.
You got the cap space. Fucking pay the man.
Yeah,
It's not my money. Give it to him.
And then lastly, just on the notes here, the secondary playing a lot of zone, which is not surprising to me. I think this is kind of common with Belichick defenses, and you got a lot of young guys. You got guys playing different positions. But that first day of joint practice with the Packers, they were talking about their free safeties getting beat a lot over the top.
They were talking about Christian Gonzalez getting beat a lot. Jordan Love was picking on Christian Gonzalez in the first practice.
And
I think the zone could have something to do with him too, because he didn't play a lot of zone in college. So I think it could be practice for him. He played basically man coverage the whole time. So I think it could be practice for Christian Gonzalez.
Look, if you're gonna practice anything, you want to practice zone, right? Zone is a team defense, a lot of communication, got to get guys in the right spot. If you're a cornerback and they say go play man and stick this guy, that's athleticism.
That's easy.
So,
that's their bread and butter.
They can turn that on. I'm really not too concerned about them playing a bunch of zone. Jonathan Jones is out with an injury, so once he comes back, guys get stuck in the right place. Market Jones, they say, is blanketing everybody. They just throw over him
because he's average
size, average size, 5'5".
And Jack Jones is still out there.
Sure is starting fights.
Jack Jones news, his hearing got pushed by a month.
Sure did.
So he's at a minimum gets to play in the first game.
He's gonna play all year, unless he fights his way out of the season. He got in a fight first day with Packers, and then everybody got in a fight today between Packers and Patriots. What I read was the Patriots were talking a ton of shit, and you even saw a couple wry smiles from Belichick, and they were super physical today. So it could have been one of those days Belichick opened the.
It's real training camp. This is the training camp. Is these next 2 weeks?
Yeah, he gave him the old. I guarantee he gave him a Lawrence Taylor fucking speech before the day. I'm gonna tell you something about what the training camp. Lawrence Taylor went on there and broke somebody's fucking ankle.
Listen, I don't want to get beat in fucking Green Bay either. Fuck the fucking Packers, okay? This fucking cheese wearing queers.
Fucking hate you, Mac.
Yeah.
And Zappy sucks. Let's throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you, Richard. The Patriots got the fan base talking after signing Ezekiel Elliott to a one-year deal that could be worth up to $6 million. The 28-year-old is here to be the backup to Ramondre Stevenson. We will see how he looks as the Patriots play the Packers in their second preseason game Saturday night at 8 p.m. Kristaps Porzingis won't be playing in the FIBA World Cup after being diagnosed with plantar fasciitis. The big man stepped away from Lithuania to get treatment on his foot and is coming back to Celtics camp for more treatment. Wander Franco, the all-star shortstop from the Tampa Bay Rays, may never play professional baseball again after reports that he acquiesced it and is dating an 8th grader. The Red Sox sit 3 games back from their final wildcard spot and start a series with the last-place New York Yankees tonight. And on this date in 2016, Jamaica's Usain Bolt wins the gold medal in the men's 200-meter for the third successful Summer Olympics, recording a time of 19.78 in Rio de Janeiro. This has been Headlines with the Obvious One. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Raymond. Usain Bolt.
He's quick.
Very fast.
Fast in my life.
Pretty fast. Faster than that clip we watched of the Somalia
Ooh, just a little bit. Yeah.
women's sprinter there.
Yeah, Bobby did not see that.
Oh,
I
that's
did
right.
not
That was
see
on
this.
that was on a different chain.
Different text, different one.
Different chain.
That's how.
That was
that's
the
how I
one
started to
that
fire
was
you
how
up.
you started getting me gassed up. That's how you started getting me gassed up. A different chain. They sent a GIF or a video
Oh, it
of
was a video.
whatever track and
It was a
field.
women's 100-meter dash, and this woman from Somalia was finished the 100-meter dash in what 23 seconds.
Yeah,
16 seconds slower than everyone else.
It was embarrassing. She was chubby. She
Well,
basically skipped across the finish line.
She
She was
spends a
the
lot of time
princess
on
of
boats pirating, so it's
Yeah.
difficult. She doesn't have a
What I
lot of
say.
time to train.
Ray finished that. Ray followed that up immediately with "Pay him equally, right, Rich?" and just freaking gassed me up. Gassed me up. I've spent half my workday researching fucking United States women's national team revenue. Oh, God.
Yeah, 2019, great article.
Facts are facts, you giggly fuck. You didn't even read it.
I didn't have to. It's in the past.
We've
2019.
been having the fucking argument since 2019, you dick.
Nah, it's 4 years ago. You need to bring up more current events. Then
All right,
I can
fucking,
agree with
okay,
you.
right after this. God damn it. I'm not going to sleep. Fucking A. We got a couple minutes here. Let's skip to David Krejci retiring. Speaking of women getting paid equally, this European spent a lot of time with the Bruins, one of the all-time Bruins. We don't spend a ton of time on this. We all saw this coming. Over 1,000 games played with the Bruins. Anybody that watched 2011 in the one championship that this core got in 20 fucking years together after being heralded one of the best teams in hockey for 20 years. I think they have the third or fourth most wins over that time. So many early round exits, so many heartbreaks.
Hey,
Many
you're getting
chukas.
negative. Don't do it. You got to be positive. You got to be a homer. Everything's good.
You gotta let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
Gotta let me finish.
Go ahead.
In
Sorry.
2011, David Krejci was your number one center, an unbelievable playoff run. If not for Tim Thomas, would have been the Conn Smythe winner of that playoff run. Got them their one Stanley Cup final, which imagine if they didn't have that. So, St. Patrice, for as good as he is and as how much he's heralded in Boston, rightfully so. Without David Krejci, they would not nearly have the success that they had. Those two held down one of the most important positions in hockey for 20 years, nearly 20 years. So one of the best, one of the greatest Bruins of all time.
You retire his number?
No.
Patriots? Yes. Krejci? No.
So what's Krejci? He's like, I think he's like fourth in games played, like ninth in points. So maybe.
They're not the Celtics. They don't give those things away for free.
Well, what's the difference between Bergeron and Krejci? Bergeron has 6 Selkies.
And he's the
That
captain.
And you guess you got the captain.
You know all about the C on your chest. You work for the Mac Jones fan club, so you should know all about that. It's very important.
That's
It's
right.
a coveted trophy right there.
Yeah, you gotta earn it. You gotta deal with fucking dillweeds like you.
Full circle.
There you go.
Full circle.
Tied it all back.
Yep.
Mhm.
Bobby, any thoughts on David Krejci?
Yes, the less people playing hockey, the better.
We'll be right back to get back to some Patriots thoughts. I'm gonna just send you a new one instead of getting interrupted. Okay. Unless you want to get anything more off your chest.
No, Dill, we just sent a new one.
Okay, now it just Let's
go, Langevin.
go slow.
Sorry, I had to get another drink. I apologize.
Oh, okay. It's okay. All right. This is one of my favorite segments whenever we do it. The top 5 position groups for the Patriots. I've broken it out here. Obviously, you can agree to disagree if you'd like. Do you want to go top bottom or bottom top?
Bottom top.
Bottom top.
Classic Langevin answer. your mother's a hoe.
Wow, you haven't had a mother joke since the second part of the show. Wow. You are fired up. You are fired up.
I don't think I had another joke at the whole first part of the show.
That's what I'm saying. It took you till the second part of the show to get your first mother joke in.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I mean, I really held it back.
It was really bad, but I mean, you had it.
Oh, it was bad because I held it back. I didn't put a lot of effort into it.
Like my gender fluid one this morning. That was a good one on you. That was fucking.
It was okay.
It was good.
It was pretty good.
All over her face.
Okay. Coming in at number 5 on the top 5 position groups for the New England Patriots. Now, this one's going to razzle some feathers. I'm coming in with the special teams unit, which tells you all you need to know about this 10-win mediocre team. But I say that when you think special teams, generally you think kicking, which is really the biggest question mark here for me. I put special teams in there because the amount of return potential that they have. This is just punts because the NFL has basically eliminated the kickoff. But Marcus Jones won them a game last year on a punt return. So between Marcus Jones, Pop Jones, the Pop Douglas kid that they just got, and a couple more guys they got on the roster, and the way Belichick fucking just puts so much emphasis on this goddamn unit, you have to think that will play a role for them on that side of the ball, specifically on the return game and punts. We know that they also lost a game in Buffalo because of the shittiness in the way that they covered punts and kickoffs. You'd hope that also improves with Belichick not spending so much time in offense. And dare I say, Joe Judge getting back into the special teams unit where they had one of the best in the league in 2020 with another dope Chad Accord in his stupid visor. Plus they spent fucking like $5 million on guys just to play special teams. So with all that being said, and whether it's Nick Folk, the way I look at the kicking game is, first of all, the punter that they drafted was like the star of the show to start training camp. So he seems to be on the right trajectory. And then if Nick Folk gets beat out, then this Chad Ryland kid can clearly kick it at 89% within 40, and that should be good. You should be kicking a lot of field goals within the 40 with this team. That's my rationale. Special teams landing in the top 5. Disagree?
I mean, if it's Belichick, he's going to fully disagree because he's going to put them at number 1 or 2 right behind the defensive edge rushers. But yeah, I mean, they haven't put a lot of money into this. I mean, Nick Folk's 39 years old. He's worth $2 million. So hopefully he gets beat out so they can cut his ass. The punters, obviously, that was a big thing last year. And bringing a competition in, which we always wanted, right? We wanted the competition midway through the season because Bailey was not playing up to his $1 million salary that I believe he had. So yeah, this is great. I like what they're doing. They're having competitions to see who can win out the jobs, and that's what you need. So yeah, special teams is one of the best groups on this team, I think.
As I'm looking at how you have them aligned down here, like edge, safety, running back, D-line, special teams, I think it's exactly how Belichick wants it. Okay.
Spoiler.
I think Belichick did this on fucking purpose as I'm looking at it. We're like, this is exactly how he wants his team aligned.
I know.
And it's just
fucking kudos to me for sniffing it out.
Although the running back, we wouldn't want. No, the running back wouldn't be there.
I don't know.
I think he highly prioritizes running backs.
I think he likes offensive football as long as it's running the ball.
Yes.
I think he loves offensive football. So, all right, Bobby gave it away. Let's just run up the line here and have a full discussion. At number 4, you got the D-line. So that's the Lawrence Guy, Godchow, Barmore, Dietrich Wise, probably throw in there. We'll see who else makes the cut, but those are your big hitters in the middle. Basically, your run stoppers in the way that Belichick plays defense. And the Keon White is going to be in there as well.
They're saying Ronnie Perkins could be the odd man out in that defensive end.
Fuck yeah, this dude's hurt again. He hasn't never seen
moron. I've played as much NFL football as Ronnie Perkins.
The thing is that they got Trey Flowers too, is also on the injury list right now too. So it's
that was a terrible signing. Again, I have something in common with Trey Flowers. We're both currently physically unable to play football.
Yeah, Trey Flowers is getting paid like whatever, $50,000 or something.
And Trey Flowers weighs probably like 4 of you.
Maybe, but it's
No,
again
it's not maybe.
uncommon.
Yeah,
not
Bobby
able
didn't
to
get
play
into that whole
football.
high school weight versus now.
No, you wouldn't want. He wasn't
Probably the
divulging
same
the
goddamn
great.
weight.
Yeah,
What, me? Basically the same. Yes.
It's
you fucking
ridiculous.
asshole.
You're an asshole.
I probably weighed in high school. I probably weighed like 165, whereas now I'm like 180 ish.
Cool. Number 3 top 5 position groups is running back. This is basically Ramondre Stevenson, but as we discussed on the top, Zeke Elliott gives that a boost. Look, say what you want. We can make fun of it, but Ramondre Stevenson's probably certainly a top 10 back
Yes.
in the league. On this team, he's going to get
the 10 best backs, so for sure.
He's going to get a ton of play. He's going to get a ton of touches, ton of yards. He's going to be an integral part in this offense. And then you add Zeke Elliott for all the attributes that we gave him at the top. I think they're placed, rightly there, top 3. It's it's certainly your best skilled group offensively.
Oh,
without
absolutely.
doubt, it's not even close.
Number 2 overall is the safety group. Now we got question marks here. No Devin McCourty. We know how important that center field position is and free safety position is in a Belichick defense. Jalen Mills seems like the guy that was brought here to take over that position, but Kyle Duggar's playing a lot of that role. God help us, Miles Bryant's playing a lot of that role. Jabril Peppers is playing a lot of that role. Looks like they're going amoeba style with the safeties. And then you got Adrian Phillips and Kyle Duggar and Mapu playing in the box nickel. We've seen a lot of that over the last few years as they've got run on for 10,000 yards. But still, skill, considering all the skill that's in that group, I think you got to put them pretty close to the top.
And the funny part is a lot of these guys that play safety are going to be your special teams guys. You got fucking Schooler in there. You got Bledsoe in there. You got Hawkins in there. I mean, a lot of these guys. So again, another thing.
Can you
Belichick
cut one of these assholes and sign a linebacker?
Nope. You got to have all these safeties. You got to have special teams is very important for Belichick.
Can you name those guys again, Ray? Who is a safety? Who are the safeties?
You got Joshua Bledsoe, you got Brendan Schooler, you got Brad Hawkins, and then Rondy Randall, I heard, is on his way out. He's not gonna make the team.
So this Hawkins kid I've heard about is what has been one-on-one with Matthew Slater all camp. That's his shadow. So they've got the Hawkins kid. Brandon Schooler was supposed to be the next Matthew Slater, and then they signed that Chris Board guy to play nothing but how many designated special teams guys do you have for a game that does not have that many kickoffs anymore?
Nope.
And last year you sucked balls.
You're talking about depth on the offensive line. I mean, fuck, look at these guys. You play 2 safeties, maybe 3.
Do you have the salaries next to them by chance?
I do. Which one do you want to hear?
All of them. Just what are they making?
So Adrian Phillips is.
What's Slater? Go with Slater. No, just the special teams guys.
Oh, special teams guys. I don't have that. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. We can look that up later.
Yeah.
Bobby, your thoughts on the safety department and the amount of extra weight they're carrying for special teams in that?
I mean, as far as the extra weight for special teams guys, I'm obviously not pro for that. The only dedicated special teams players they should have is long snapper, kicker, punter. After than that, everybody else should also be able to play a position field and then field special teams. The safety group, they're good. None of their safeties are like top 10 in talent, but they're all good. They all each have a unique skill and they spin the dial and they all do something different each time. So they're good and they all play a little that hybrid big nickel.
Defensive edge takes your number 1 spot. Well done. Matthew Judon is obviously tipping the scales here. Wherever you want to put him, top something player in the NFL with the way that he's been playing. We put Josh Uche in that category. Dietrich Wise will pop out there. Anthony Jennings has been coming on strong in this camp. And but obviously it's Uche and Judon and that combo that are going to hold it down. They were the strength of your defense last year. Looks like they're going to be again this year. So that's clear number 1. You got any discrepancies there? The Belichick wet dream top 5 position groups.
I think if you put it and call it the whole front 7, I mean, that's the strength of the team is that front 7.
Yep. Yeah, and he even like deviated just a little bit for the modern game and put safety in there, but even the safeties are hybrid. They're dipping down into the box. So it's like just just dragging Belichick away from the line of scrimmage on defense. Barely.
Let me ask you about can I ask you about the question?
Certainly.
For a guy that only plays on special teams, that runs down the field for fair catches, that's all he does, and maybe gives some motivational speeches at the end of games. How much do you pay that guy in a salary?
$2.5 million.
Oh, yeah. Slater's getting paid $5.
His contract this year is 1.3, and I think that's still too much.
He was getting paid
1.3
$5.
million. He
His
shouldn't
last
be on the
contract,
team.
I think. Matthew.
Well,
look,
this is the last year of his deal. That's why.
Look, Matthew Slater's a Patriots Hall of Famer. He's made a multitude of he is.
Imagine yes, but imagine that fucking ceremony when he's talking. Well, gee willikers, guys. I first like to thank my trigonometry math teacher that fucking helped me get through that. It was such a hard class, you know.
Gee whiz, the angles that I took on those, you're never going to be able to understand them. The obtuse.
Thanks, Mr. James, and those black jeans for fucking helping me out with acute angles so I could fucking really get to those guys fast.
Matthew Slater.
Your Matthew Slater impression is one of is the best thing you've done in a long time.
I'm with you. Obviously, the
Bobby.
gunner.
My apologies. Send it my way.
Who made the gap? Did it go Larry Izzo directly to Matthew Slater? There was a gap. Wasn't there a gap guy?
That was it.
Matthew Slater's been here that long.
Yeah, he's old, man.
Wasn't it Edelman? Didn't Edelman fill that gap? Didn't Edelman play gunner?
Nope. It's always been Matthew Slater. I think he's been
whatever. Even back in the day when it was more important, you do have memories of Matthew Slater just constantly, always being the first guy at the ball. Just like say what you want about special teams in that position, but he was really fucking good at it. The dude was just always the first guy at the ball.
Do you know what his career stats as a wide receiver though?
And he's got I don't know. It should be interesting.
None. No catches.
He's got I think he had a couple
Bobby's
big.
Wrong.
No, he's got a bunch. He had a couple long receptions, so he's got some yards underneath him. I bet. He doesn't have a touchdown.
Nope. No, he does not.
He's probably got like 4 catches. Probably like 4 for like 7 and like I don't know 89 yards or something.
So Bobby would have won because you went over. He has 1 reception for 46 yards.
No. Then I remember that reception. That's it.
I do too. I remember that.
Holy shit. All right, whatever.
1 catch.
Let's go honorable mentions here in the top 5. Just below special teams, I had quarterback, just because the question marks. I think the talent would put them above into your top 5. But the youth in the question marks with Gonzalez, Jack Jones, certainly, even Marcus and Jonathan Jones are just so small. Sounds of silence over there, and Jonathan Jones was great for the first couple weeks, and then Steph Diggs and the elites of the league tore him apart.
Devontae Adams, I mean, everyone. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase.
Yeah, just fucking.
If you want to keep going, I can. I just
look. If Jack Jones doesn't shoot anybody and Christian Gonzalez can grow some balls, you that potentially have, they could bolt themselves up to number 1 or 2 by midseason or by the end of the season, right? Like there's enough talent there in those 2 young kids that you could see that happening, but certainly also a lot of question marks. And Christian Gonzalez is a rookie. He's going to take some bumps, and Jack Jones is going to give him those bumps and bullets. So I think there's enough question marks there to land them outside the top 5. And then who else do they have beyond that? Isaiah Bolden, Sean Wade, nothing.
He won't make the team. Sean Wade's out.
Jalen Mills maybe plays some corner still.
I bet you see Jalen Mills in the corner and Miles fucking Bryant.
Oh, fuck him.
40 yards from the line of scrimmage.
God, what does he have on those coaches? What does he have? Did he just walk into a meeting room once and Belichick was fucking like porking Patricia from behind? And he's like, get out of here. Hey, get out of here. Like,
yeah, you don't want to see this kid.
Yeah.
Also coming in an honorable mention, just outside of the top 5 here is the number 1 position on the field, quarterback. Quarterback position slips outside the top 5.
Nope. I disagree.
Well, clearly, Bobby, Raymond, but your opinion doesn't matter because you're blinded by spite and hate.
Well, wait, maybe it's Malik Cunningham that's making you rise up on that.
Oh,
don't make me do a rise.
Did you guys actually go back and watch that drive?
He stinks.
that drive was hanging on by a thread the whole time. Like each play, like it was. Oh,
Look
God.
at his form. You see how he throws the ball? He throws the ball like a wide receiver. He can't throw the ball. Yeah, just fucking all elbow, man.
I heard he looked good at wide receiver today or during practice today.
He better because he's not gonna be he's not gonna be a quarterback, but they are gonna institute him in this offense because they ain't got shit for playmakers. So you disagree with quarterback being an honorable
No,
mention?
I was just being a dink. No, I was being a dink.
Let's go to the bottom five. Let's start with the absolute fucking worst linebacker. Do they have a linebacker? Juwan Bentley? That's it?
He's their singular linebacker.
Tavai? Is Tavai still sticking around?
He is.
They've in the starting lineups in the opening preseason game, they had 2 linebackers on the field. That's how they're going to play defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be Tavai and Bentley, and then if Mapu actually plays linebacker. Other than that, Raekwon McMillan signed to extension while still injured. He's injured for the year.
What is that?
I can't even begin. It's like that's how you know that Bill Belichick's not going anywhere because nobody else is going to give out a fucking extension to a guy that's injured. Like, what are you doing? I have no idea why.
Oh, yeah, I don't get it either. Yeah, they don't have any linebackers. Mac Wilson, the guy they brought in that looks like he's going to be on the
yeah, he's there, but whatever.
Chris Board needs to play special teams. Their linebackers fucking blow. Their linebackers absolutely blow, and it's outside of cornerback, probably the edge rusher, cornerback, linebacker, the middle of the field. That's who you use to cover guys these days. And Patriots don't have any. They have safeties. That's it.
They have a shit ton of fucking linebackers too on this team.
Can you name some?
Yeah, they got obviously Tavai. They have a guy named Chris Board.
That's
Josh
right.
Uche.
Chris Board's the
Wilson.
special teams superstar from Detroit.
Yeah, Raekwon McMillan that's injured but yet got a contract extension. Anthony Jennings, Calvin Munson, Joe Giles Harris, Carson Wells, and my favorite player, Diego Faggot.
Did you lead yourself into listing off
okay let's go to the fourth worst position group.
that was excellent. This second segment of the show, I really enjoyed how you've gone about it.
Simple Minds Sports Show, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the youth. Fourth worst position group on the docket here is wide receiver. Just a blanket of mediocrity. Devontae Parker, Juju Smith-Schuster, Kendrick Bourne, Tyquan Thornton dove and broke everything, I guess, today.
Oh, fuck you.
Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
I fucking hate you. I fucking hate how you gas me up. Goddamn text chain. Down goes Thornton. Oh shit, what happened? He blown Achilles? Caught the ball, got up, seemed a little injured, so he went to the locker room. It's what down goes Thornton. What an asshole. What an asshole you are.
Thank you. You think they're doing that just so when they does get on waivers that no one picks them up and you can go to the practice?
Let me tell you something. I don't give a shit. Tyquan Thornton does not have a future in the NFL. That dude blows. He can't play wide receiver. He will get hurt, whether it happened in that catch or it happens on another diving catch. If you can't dive and catch the ball as a wide receiver in the NFL without fucking getting tweaked, then you're done. He can't run a route. He's just fast. It's another blown pick from Belichick in the wide receiver department. They can't draft wide receivers. They can't develop wide receivers unless they're 7th round picks, 5'4" nothing, and Pop Douglas that has enough talent in his finger and is just speedy. They can't do shit. Tyquan Thornton blows. Fucking cut him. I don't care. Give the booty kid a chance. At least he's got natural talent. Like, give him a fucking chance. Tyquan Thornton blows. Mark my words, he won't be shit. He'll be out of the NFL next year. N'Keal Harry. Watch him. Watch him fall N'Keal Harry right to hell. Someone just picked up N'Keal Harry.
I mean, at this point, is he on track to be worse than N'Keal Harry?
No, because he has more catches than N'Keal Harry ever had.
First round pick, N'Keal Harry.
Yeah.
I think he has a touchdown too. So yeah, he's already superseded N'Keal Harry.
I think N'Keal Harry has a touchdown.
N'Keal Harry had a touchdown, but he was a first round pick. They're close though, Bobby. I mean, Tyquan Thornton was a second.
They are close.
They freaking stink. They blow.
It's like they literally drafted the opposite player. It's like N'Keal Harry was like too big. Like he certainly fills out a uniform, looks like he can play, but he couldn't move. And then so they just drafted like we'll get the fastest guy. We'll get the fastest guy. Yeah. It's like the opposite.
Get a big guy. Get a fast guy.
Yeah. And hold on, the next one's gonna be just right.
Yeah, they fucking stink. Right after that, tight ends. Hunter Henry, good. Hunter Henry is good. Reliable, I guess, but not a playmaker. Gesicki could be a game changer in this offense with the way that they play it, but if he's going to be hurt all the time, what do you know? After that, they're nothing. So it's the depth that really puts them in this position. O-line, you're talking about injuries. If they get healthy, then they can see themselves jettison up this top chart. But right now, how reliable is that? Your best one in Owinu has a big question mark in injury. Your second-year player in Cole Strange, big question mark. David Andrews, everybody loves, I get, but he's lost the half step, certainly. And then your right tackle position blows. And then I threw bottom 5. I put coaching on here. And this is more of a looking behind than forward, but they earned a bottom 5 spot based on what they did last year. And they got to prove their way out of it for me. And Billy O'Brien's got to prove his way out of it. Everyone thinks he's the savior, and certainly he's going to be better than fucking Patricia, but they got to prove it, in my opinion.
Bobby could be better than Patricia.
Significantly.
Bobby's really worked up a nice NFL resume here in this segment.
Right.
I think so. I think I would do excellent in the NFL under several jobs.
I didn't know sucking dick was in there.
Yeah, fluffer. I don't know. Pregame fluffer was a paid position in the NFL. Quick break and do a little Celtics talk. Porzingus Porked. Nice, Ray. Same headspace there.
I really like Ray's game tonight. I'm really enjoying it.
It's real under the radar.
Yeah.
He's not forcing it. He brings something. He's got something
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It's football season, baby. I fucking love football.
That's true. I still can't get over those stupid glasses. Let's talk about speaking of football season. Do you have 2 sets of eyebrows? Did the barber give you another set of eyebrows? Can you put your eyebrows all the way up? What are those lines on top of those?
So when you get fat, Rich, I don't know if you know this or not, but when you get fat,
it's creeped onto your forehead?
I guess so. Wow, I see that now. No, I'm not ever going to do this again. Wait, you do it. You have it too. Yep, I see it. I see it.
Mine's
it's weird.
It's just creases in the forehead. I have creases in mine.
Shut up, skinny.
That's my point. I'm saying that you don't.
I have creases, but your creases look like defined eyebrows.
Oh, that's my scar.
You have a scar?
No. Yeah, I guess. Hold on.
What happened?
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Is it right there? Yeah, it's right there. See?
Rock hard chode missed his mouth.
No, I hit my head on metal on Friday the 13th, and I had 13 stitches.
No way.
No, it was a 17.
No, it was the rock hard show.
No, it was a rock hard dick.
Split them wide open.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for my mouth, hit my forehead. I got glancied. He's dead. He died.
Oh no. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Oh, that joke's only gonna land for one person. You're welcome, G baby.
Biggest blue balls he's ever had in his life.
Oh wow. Okay. Speaking of blue balls, Porzingus Porked? Question mark.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
Whoop. You guys have it, I think.
Afternoon delight.
I don't know, Ron. That sounds kind of crazy.
Kristaps Porzingis, the latest news from the Celtics, sitting out of the FIBA World. What do they call it? World Tournament, World Classic? I don't know.
It's a World Cup. FIBA World Cup.
Okay. He will not be participating in international basketball, reportedly because he has plantar fasciitis. Now, right away, I'll answer my own question. It's fishy. The week before, it was a knee or an ankle. It was not plantar fasciitis, or I guess they said foot, maybe. Plantar fasciitis is something different. You say foot or knee or ankle, that's like bone or ligament. Plantar fasciitis is something different.
It's like a muscle. It's a muscle.
It's a ligament. It's a ligament in your heel. Yeah.
I guess, but like if you hear foot, doesn't that seem bone? Like
Yeah,
a
they thought he broke a bone in his foot. That was the initial report when this all started.
So this just seems like bullshit. So is it bullshit one way or the other? Is it bullshit that the injury is worse than they're letting on, and they're giving it a plantar fasciitis so he can just rest and come back whenever it's convenient? Or is it not that bad, and the Celtics basically don't want to Gallinari this thing and watch their prized free agent offseason possession go out in international play before the season even starts after giving him an extension and basically said, shut it down, dude, you're done.
You know how you know it's not serious is because he still wanted to play for Lithuania. That's how you know it's not that bad. So maybe he injured his foot. They took some x-rays. It was all came out negative. And their Celtics are like, nope, we don't want to get fucked like we did last year with Gallinari and have that big presence, in the middle gone now. So yeah, why don't you come back? We'll say you hurt your foot. This is what it's going to be, so you can have a nice way out, so you don't disappoint your fans in your home country and all that. So I'm agreeing with you, Rich, there that yeah, I think it's not that serious, but they want him home.
Better not be serious, because a 7-footer with a foot injury sounds like a bad fucking thing. Porzingis already has a history of injuries, being he's this large athlete. He's kind of lanky, it's always had somewhat of an unorthodox style. So if he's going to have a lingering foot issue over the next 2 years now, that doesn't bode well for his tenure as a Celtic.
Logically, I look at it and go, it's not that big a deal. They gave him an extension. He had to have had at least one, if not two, physicals between the trade and then the extension. Now, I don't have a ton of faith in the Celtics medical staff. It seems like guys are always fucking injured there and they're never coming back on time, and there's always an issue. But that being said, like, it would have to be a gross negligence on the part of the Celtics if they didn't check this guy out and do all their due diligence on the injury front.
Kind of like hiring someone that like immediately like talks to everybody in the building, and then hiring someone that has a history as assaulting women, and he's also a fucking dick.
Do you think that there's like some sort of curse? Do you think there's a curse though? I mean, look how many people have been injured on this team that have come here via trade or free agency. You have Isaiah Thomas, Kemba Walker, Glass Gordon.
Forget about Kemba Walker.
Danilo Gallinari. Wasn't there someone else? Well, now Porzingus that is in. No, that was just her pussy. She was day to day. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's just one of those things where it's.
I don't like the Celtics training staff. I think that they should be fired. But
your boy, I forgot. Kyrie Irving had a deviated septum, and that kept him sidelined.
Did I say Kyrie?
I didn't hear you.
I said Kyrie had a knee. Forget his deviated septum. His knee kept him out. No,
it was his deviated septum more than the
my bad. So the real comparison here, which is the scariest comparison, is Kemba, because Kemba had a deteriorating knee issue that everybody in the NBA knew about it, and they still swung that deal. But Danny swung that deal, not Brad. So yeah, that would be worst case. If this was a Kemba situation, that would be worst case. Do you regret the deal?
Nope.
Right now, as it stands, no hypotheticals. Do you regret the deal?
Nope.
And the deal is Porzingus for Marcus Smart, essentially. What plus the baggage?
Nope.
No.
Marcus Smart is gone. 10 points a game. Your heart and soul. See you later for 22 points a game career. Yeah, I'll take Porzingus any day.
Can the Celtics win without Porzingus?
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're better off. I think they were better off without Smart. We say it all the time. This guy he didn't understand his role. He thought because he was the heart and soul defensive player of the year, blah, 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 that he deserved more. And he would try to take those last minute shots, and he would force turnovers left and right. You don't have that anymore. You have Derek White with that new shaved bald head that looks beautiful. You got Brogdon on the bench coming off as a 6th man of the year award winner. I like this team a lot better without Marcus on it.
Hobby.
Yeah, I mean, can they win without Porzingus? Sure. I agree with Ray. Marcus Smart wasn't offering much. I mean, it's really this team is just going to be taken by the Jays anyway. So
Yeah, you need a lot to go right. You need Robert Williams to stay healthy and probably step up his game. You need Al Horford to be what he was last year, if not more. And then you need Tatum to take another step. You need Jaylen Brown to take another step, but they can. They're still probably more talented than most teams across the league, even without Porzingis. Porzingis plays to his potential, and they figure it all out. Then if they lose this year, yeah, like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Now we start talking about the not a curse, but the Tatum and Brown just don't have it. They're Carmelo Anthony and Paul George, and that's who you got.
I don't know if you guys heard anything about the schedule came out today. Did you hear about any of this and how basically
Couple
the
returns, Marcus Smart and Grant
I don't care about that, but the in-season playing tournament now.
Oh yeah, I haven't read much about the in-season tournament.
But basically, their travel log. Jimmy Stewart was talking about it today on Felger and Maz. Basically, they have to go West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, and they're there's a lot of back-to-backs and stuff like that. So you could see a lot of starters getting rest days, or what do they call it, maintenance days, or whatever they call it. Load management days. I don't know. The over-under for wins is 53, and Jimmy Stewart said hammer that under because there's no way they're winning more than 53 games.
Maybe. Here's what else I watched. I don't watch like off-court stuff in the off-season, but Jason Tatum did an interview a couple weeks ago, and Jason Tatum's really coming around. I think I made that clear last year. I've been really hard on Tatum and his gumption and his guile. He's grown. I'm growing with him. He did an interview about a game in December in Charlotte that no one's at, no one's watching, and he sincerely talked about I got to go out there and play. That's my job. That's what I'm here to do. People are paying good money to come out here and play. And that sentiment is echoed through these younger players. Anthony Edwards came out and bashed load management. Jaylen Brown has had something to say about it. This younger generation seems like the tide is turning on kind of the LeBron era way of thinking. I'm not talking about
those. I'm not talking about the Jays. I'm talking about Robert Williams. I'm talking about Al Horford. I'm talking about Malcolm Brogdon.
Certainly,
those guys are the ones that are going to be the load management for sure.
Yeah, your front court should be managed.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
38-year-old Al Horford. I mean, I got out of bed and my fucking ankles start cracking and I can't walk straight.
It is really fun watching Al Horford do what he's doing, knowing he's the same exact age as us. It's Jesus Christ, man, good for you.
As I eat my Big Mac and fries and.
Right, yeah. I'd stretch every morning in the shower and barely touch my toes. Al Horford's out there guarding Joel Embiid.
Is that so the water can touch your butthole?
Or is that just did you drop something?
No, that's my routine.
Your morning stretch in the shower?
Yep, I go down and then just let.
What's your goal? Is it
a morning shower, not an evening shower?
I'm a morning. Yeah, I get up early and then I hop in the shower to wake up.
What's your goal for stretching?
You know what? I'm trying to be good today. I had an Irene one on the tongue, and the second one was right there, right off the top of the tongue, and I just let them both go. I let them both go, Ray.
You're a bigger man. You're a bigger man than I am.
Look, we shared a lot of blood today over the text chain. He gassed me up real good, and
I went out to dinner with Kelly. I'm like, Rich has been very mean to me today. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a double IPA day. But he's very angry and he's very mean.
That get her going? Did she like that?
No, she said, stop talking about me on the show. I said, okay.
Guys, I'm sorry to say, listeners, I'm sorry to say we're not going to get to Simple Minds Save Sports today, transgender edition. We're going to save that for a later date. Get your notes, send your angry emails, your pre-angry emails to adam.morello4@gmail.com. We'll touch on that another day. To end the show, we're going to do Simplest Minds of the Weeks per usual, and we'll be right back to do that.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
Sorry, Ray. I know you really wanted to get in on that.
I don't like magic, so I'm good.
That's all right.
Go
back and start his dick slinging game.
Yeah. You can tell it's in his eyes. He knows he's got 4 minutes.
Exactly. And they went to dinner tonight. It's our.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I can't talk about her anymore. Sorry.
Table's already rising.
Oh, I didn't know it was with her.
Yeah. Easy. Couple really nice candidates here for simplest minds of the week. Let me get this one that's not in the email out of the way so I don't forget, which I already have.
You don't want to be blindsided.
Right. Michael Orr and from the Blind Side, also the Baltimore Ravens. Did he play with anybody else? I think he finished
Carolina Panthers.
Thank you.
Carolina Panthers.
Has come out and said that the Blind Side movie in his story of being adopted by those white folk was all a lie. It was bullshit. They never adopted him. They basically just bought him. They bought the rights to him. And then they sold him off to Ole Miss and sold him off to Paramount, whoever made the movie, and then sold him off to the Ravens. And they collected royalty checks and never gave it to Michael Orr. That was the
shit, dude.
What?
You can't. You lost selling of a black man like that.
I didn't do it. They did it.
Oh,
He's reporting the news.
I'm just reporting the facts, baby. I'm just reporting the facts allegedly reported by Michael Orr himself. And you know what? You know who the real victim is here?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. People are asking for her Oscar back. Wasn't
How
her
dare
fault.
they? No,
You know, she put on a hell of a performance.
It was a movie. It was great. I love that movie.
Good movie. Good feel.
Little
feel
SJ
good movie.
in there with Michael Orr. You know, that's just great. They're a great relationship.
Well, Sandy was looking fit as hell.
Oh, God damn, she looked good. Wow.
Yeah, it was a real tearjerker too.
Yeah, I did. I did a lot of jerking on that one too.
Yeah. Who's the simple minds here? The jerk.
Michael Orr. Oh, Michael Orr. What an idiot.
Can't follow up what I said when we that.
No, that's Michael Orr's fault. Hey, he's a simple mind. Come on, man. They rescued him. Did you not watch the movie? He was in the projects, didn't know how to read. Wore the same fucking.
Are you
clothes
asking
every
Michael
day.
Orr? Did he not watch the movie?
I'm asking you if you didn't watch the movie.
You saying Michael Orr? Did you not watch the movie The Blind
No,
Side?
I'm asking you if you didn't watch the movie.
Michael Orr, you dumb fuck. Have you not seen The Blind Side? How could you let that happen to you, idiot?
Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot. Next up, we're gonna buzz through these next ones. A group has organized. A group of Bobby. This one's for you. A group of Native Americans have organized to take back the name from a professional football team, the Native American Guardians Association, or otherwise known as NAGA. NAGA.
Yeah. Got a problem with it?
Not me. Not me. They have organized to take back the name. Now get this. They've organized to take back the name. We might have to beep this. Redskins.
Oh, boy.
Now, I know I'm not totally abreast on a lot of current events, but I'm pretty sure that name was already taken back. Bobby, as the local professional on the panel here, what are your thoughts on Nagas?
On my thoughts on the Nagas and their petition of 90,000 signatures to bring back the name Redskins?
Yeah.
Pro Redskins, bring it back.
So
wait, am I not understanding the story? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
They're
are
trying to
they
get it
bringing it back to give it back to the football team?
They want
Yes.
the Washington Commanders to be renamed back to the Washington Redskins.
I read
They're
that
Indian
all
givers.
backwards
Yeah, they're Indian givers, dude.
in a good way. And then lastly, New Hampshire woman is suing Boston Eatley $50,000 for slipping on prosciutto and fracturing her left ankle. This one just screams you, Ray. Slippery and wet, some hashtag slick meat.
That's where prosciutto belongs, on the floor. It's garbage meat.
Oh,
Garbage.
Fighting words. We have to save that for next time in the transgender saving sports movement. This has been the Simple Mind Sports Show, Friday Rewind, August 18th. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I got something troubling on my mind. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something loaded inside. I got something.
Marty,
I got something on
you've got to come back with me. Where? Back to the future.
Here it is.
Howdy.
So who's the surprise guest, Ray? Who do we got this week?
No one, guys. Jesus, I fuck up one time. and
No,
you guys-
no, this isn't
whoa.
about that. It's you.
Oh.
We were messaging about a potential guest.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
She's still unsure.
That
She's
makes
shy.
concerns.
She's
What are her
shy.
concerns?
She's shy.
I'm assuming
very
she's
shy.
seen the show.
Well, yes, and she's very intimidated by our sports knowledge, which is very understandable. Because we are very
Now, this is
smart.
someone that we're looking to bring on to be a part of the sports knowledge exodus from this.
No, this is the OnlyFans girl.
Oh, that's all she does? Wait, I thought you
yeah.
found someone to.
I did.
You
Yes,
found
yes,
a
but
quote unquote blogger.
Yeah, I did. She's going to school soon. This
Are
is
these two
separate
different people?
Two different people.
I
I'm sorry.
understand.
See,
I understand.
you guys were talking about one
Interesting.
thing. I was talking about
Bobby,
another
did you
thing.
think it was one person?
No. I was under the impression that he had mentioned that there was a blogger, a woman, and then also the OnlyFans. So I was
Bobby,
thinking there was two people.
Fair
I
enough.
love
That's
how
my
Bobby's
simple
on the
mind.
show. No. Bobby, thank you for being on the show. I love
I
you.
said that's my
Absolutely.
simple mind. I admitted to my mistake there, Ray. God, you got me so fucking fired up. You got me so goddamn chirpy this week.
I know.
You fucking
I don't know
gassed me
why.
up this week, Ray. You
Why?
fucking jerk. You're just such
Why?
a jerk. You're just such a
Well, yeah.
nincompoop jerk, little dillweed. Such a fucking dillweed.
I like that word. Thank you.
Welcome. You can use that later.
Thank you.
Using the text chain on me, though, I'm going to be gassed up again. Speaking of gassed up, what do you say we start the show? Get it? It's my sports show. We do